They say women are not strong, they are weak. They say men don't have any emotions. They say LGBT are the virus in our society. How can we fix the problem if we are the problem? The conversation surrounding gender inequality in the majority of the Western world is hard to avoid. In recent years, women have come together, fighting harder than ever for their rights to be seen and treated as equal to their male counterparts.
There was a charge for change, known as the Women's Rights.
Gender inequality is a social phenomenon in which men and women and also LGBTQIA+ are not treated equally. The treatment may arise from distinction regarding biology, psychology, or cultural norms prevalent in the society. Some of these distinctions are empirically grounded, while others appear to be the social constructs. Studies show the different experiences of genders across many domains including education, life expectancy, personality, interests, family life, career, and political affiliation. Gender inequality is experienced differently across different cultures, and it also affects non-binary people. Some examples of gender inequality against men, women, and also LGBTQIA+ are unequal pay, sexual harassment, lack of education, violence, sexual assault and rape, economic dependency, lack of representation in government, reduced access to healthcare. For women,
lack of bodily autonomy. Many women around the world do not have authority over their own bodies or when they become parents. Accessing birth control is frequently very difficult. According to the World Health Organization, over 200 million women who don't want to get pregnant are not using contraception. There are various reasons for this, such as lack of options, limited access, and cultural or religious opposition. On a global scale, about 40% of pregnancies are not planned, and while 50% of them do end in abortion, while 38% of them result in births. These mothers often become financially dependent on another person or the state, losing their freedom.
Lack of legal protections. According to research from the World Bank, over 1 billion women don't have legal protection against domestic sexual violence or domestic economic violence. Both have a significant impact on women's ability to thrive and live in freedom. In many countries, there's also a lack of legal protections against harassment in the workplace, at school, and in public. These places become unsafe, and without protection, women frequently have to make decisions that compromise and limit their goals.
Job segregation. One of the causes for gender inequality within employment is the division of jobs. In most societies, there's an inherent belief that men are simply better equipped to handle certain jobs. Most of the time, those are the jobs that pay the best. This discrimination results in lower income for women. Women also take on the primary responsibility for unpaid labor, so even as they participate in the paid workforce, they have extra work that never gets recognized financially.
Lack of employment equality. Only 6 countries in the world give women the same legal work rights as men. In fact, the most economies give women only 3/4 the rights of men. Studies show that if employment becomes a more even playing field, it has a positive domino effect on other areas prone to gender inequality.
for men. I've always felt strongly about inequality. I mean, at the age that I realized that I'm in fact a feminist. This delayed realization was mainly down to the point that I thought feminism was an anti-man thing, a thing I wasn't welcome to, nor could relate to. Since having this revelation, I've realized that the fight against inequality isn't anti-male at all. Gender inequality isn't just a problem for women, it's also a problem for us men too. Labeling gender inequality solely as women's issue offers men the excuse to dismiss it as nothing to do with them. But how else women win against the challenges like that of equal pay and career discrimination if men are on board with it as well?
For LGBTQIA+.
For gay men, one culture or race that is more relaxed with gay men is the Filipino people. In the Philippine settings, gay men will be more accepted because they are associated with staying funny. They may be seen in comedy flicks, TV plays, and other kinds of entertainment. Members of LGBTQI+ communities still suffer pernicious and blatant gender bias in all areas of public and private life, including housing, employment, opportunities in academic settings, in the ability to buy goods and services, and in the opportunities to participate meaningfully in our society's decision-making.
It is important to start the conversation about gender inequality with an understanding of gender. Are you born a particular gender or do you become a gender? According to the World Health Organization, sex refers to the biological and physiological characteristics that define men and women.
Overall, all genders are experiencing gender inequality here in our society. What are the ways how to prevent gender inequality? First, stand up for your rights. If you are a woman, man, and part of LGBTQIA+ community that experiencing unequal treatment in our society, know your rights. And most importantly, voice them. As a member of the society, you are entitled to do the same rights as your counterparts. Be sure to encourage other people to do the same.
2. Raise awareness. There are many facts and issues that the public at large is unaware of, especially the state of women in developing countries, including the realities of female child abuse, sexual violence. Talk about what you know. Increase public consciousness, the reasons for, extent of, and consequences of rape and sexual assault, sexual harassment, and pornography.
Number 3. Sponsor a child. There are many young girls and boys in the world who are in need of a sponsor, a role model, someone to look up to, and to gain wisdom from. This is especially true in the MENA area, Middle East and African area. Look into programs that reap significant benefits on behalf of the girls and boys sponsored and then make a difference.
4. Involvement in politics. There are many social and political reforms across the globe promoting women's rights that are in need of support. Find some and pick one of the involved in. End the petition. Petition until you see change, and you will.
5th is be an activist. You can form your own activist committee, work as a team to raise funds, to spread awareness and build educational institutions across the world. You can be part of it.